Um, and then I opened the whole space up to the living room. As you can see over here in my floor plan, I have a beam up here, or a column and a column, and then a beam that goes across that would be wood. Just to make it an open feel for also with the 12 people that they want to entertain, or up to 12 people. It just makes a spot where you can be in both places without being all collided in one. So I really thought it was important to open it up and do that. Also, the modern is everything is flat, flush. Cabinets don't have holes or anything on them. You push the cabinet door and it releases the cabinet so you can open it. Same with the drawers. There's actually only one actual normal door, and that's because on my sink, the drain is 2/3 on one side, so that opens as a normal door, but the other one next to it is your trash receptacle, and it's a drawer that fits 2 bins in it. And then also I have next to my fridge here, and then also on the other side, which is the pantry, as you can see here, on top is Mrs. Jones said she had some china to show off, so I made 2 glass enclosed cabinets, including the aluminum trim around them still, but they're awning doors, so they open up, so you can still get into them. They're high, but it's just for display dishes, so you wouldn't be accessing them all the time. And also this one cabinet above the stove also does the awning open, so you can still access it without anything opening into it, and the drawer didn't work there. So I also did a U shape, so I could leave over here open, more room for gathering, standing, talking. But in my island, I have a pull-out table. So if you're just gathering, Mrs. and Mr. Jones are still cooking, you don't have to have the table already set up. So it just allows more room while you're cooking and for people to be. And once you come to sit, you can pull the kitchen table out. Where this would, you can see it pulled out partially here. And I was thinking that that would fit 5 chairs around that. And I also have a breakfast nook that is incorporated next to the chimney. It was 20 by 20. I made the chimney just a false face 20 by 30. So it's a little bit wider. So the breakfast nook over here in the corner, you can sit at, and it feels like you're contained in that area, but it's still, you have the open feel.
So there's seats on the back side of that.
Right, so it would be like bar seating.
Okay.
There's 3 stools on the side,
Okay.
and these would be, this would be 2 of them on the outside I saw as cushions, and then this was another cushion for the middle one, and incorporating the aluminum look with this fabric, and then more of the darker concrete countertop look here. Also, my stove would be here on the side of the sink side. It's just a range top with a custom-made range hood, and the hood has a flexible 6-inch tube in it, which goes up to 400 to 600 CFMs, and you can run that through the joists to where you want to vent it out. So you won't see the vent pipe. It'll be in the enclosed ceiling, 2nd floor area. I also, Mr. Jones said he would thought it would be cool to have a glass countertop, and I incorporated on this side of the island a glass inlay into the concrete. It's also glass absorbs heat well, and it's a good baking surface, smooth. Where concrete, even though it's polished, it's not perfectly smooth when finished. But the glass provides, if she wanted to roll out, she said she made pies, she wants to roll out her pies, she could roll that out on the glass. It would be a more smooth area. I use a Sub-Zero 42-inch wide fridge that sits here. KitchenAid, really quiet dishwasher. A dual combination oven. So it's a convection microwave oven at the top, and then just a regular oven in the bottom. And that's placed right here. It's 30 inches wide, 42.5 inches tall. And I placed that, I grabbed the wrong SketchUp file, but this oven was actually placed, I just noticed here. This wasn't as tall. I ended up selecting a different unit. And it's placed in the middle here with a drawer on the bottom and the awning door I was talking about on top earlier. And those would just both be 12 inches deep. The one below would be a good spot to store your cookie sheets, pans, baking stuff. As your normal oven has the drawers in the bottom, so I just thought that would be a good spot to keep that kind of stuff. In between the fridge and the ovens, although it's this cabinet here, or all my cabinets are custom made, and in my drawings I have this cabinet. It's all one cabinet with the ovens and the spice unit enclosed, but the spice rack here pulls out on a slide with shelving in the middle, so it's a drawer slide, but you can access it from both sides. That way you're not having stuff in the back on shelves where you can't get to it, and it slides out like that. And my pantry on the other side, which you can see in the floor plan, splits in two sections that are both on drawer slides. So again, you don't have the shelving issue where there's something in the back but you can't see it, you didn't know about it. You just pull that one drawer out and you can see what's on this face and what's on this face. Where on one of them, you just pull that one out and see that because it opens against the wall. So you'd only have the one face on that side. And then on my back side here, I have a coffee station that sets on this side of the chimney, and it stands 7 feet tall, but underneath it is your wine fridge, and then in the top it has they're 1, 2, 3 drawer slides, but they open your normal way, and then they also pocket in. So you open them and they pocket in, so if you wanted to leave your coffee station open, you didn't want it enclosed, you can just push your drawers in, or while your coffee is brewing on the shelf inside, those can be open but away, so they're not open into the room. It's a pocket pivot door, or pivot pocket door. And Miss Jones also said she didn't want the coffee station to be centralized, so I thought it was nice to be able to enclose it. Next to that, I put a sink, because your coffee pot's right there, you're gonna need to fill it with water, that kind of stuff. Wash hands. You have your wine cooler there. Above the coffee station spot, inside there will be shelving, so you can have your wine glasses. So maybe you want your guests to just help themselves, or if you want to, but it's out of the way of cooking in the kitchen. There's the sink. I have 4 spots set down 12 inches, starting 12 inches down from the sink, so you have enough room for your drain and catch and all that. But spot for dry wine storage right next to the wine storage, and then next to that is 4 pull-out drawers for whatever you need space for. Here, I did my lighting. I had here, so I have one centralized recessed light over the table, and that switch is going to be on the island. It's next to where it pulls out, so either on that side or that side, so it would be a task lighting. Only when you're sitting at the table you'll turn that one on. And then 3 recessed lights here, and then 4 recessed lights here that are your general lighting for the space. And then accent lighting, I did right here is the white piece, and I know it looks like a piece of wood and it's bad in the black and white picture, but it's actually an LED strip that fits in the floor, and that one strip would be under your toe kick in your cabinet, so it accents up on your cabinets. And I included a soffit. There's a dotted line, I'm not sure if you guys can see it from far away, but the soffit that extends out over these cabinets, and that will have a strip of LED light in it to shine down for just accent lighting. And those will be on their own separate switch if you want them on, like as a night light or not. You don't have to. There's also a recessed light that will have its own switch over the sink here, and the switch will be on the counter, and then also another recessed light over your hand washing sink. For it will have its own switch there for task lighting, for when you're using that sink you can see exactly what you're doing. And I also forgot to mention that there will be 2 recessed lights over the breakfast nook seating area on that side. This Shorter displays, it's a Jatoba cherry type wood with the aluminum trim. It's all flush, and it also sits flush into the cabinet, so everything. And that's how I gave the modern. It's sort of not Tuscan Italian, but more of Italian design. The way they're going is a lot of metal cabinets, so I wanted to include metal with the modern, and then the dark wood is more the Tuscan, along with the beam opening the space, making it open. That also helps with the Tuscan design. I was thinking of a backsplash, as you can see in the SketchUp model here, of like a brick or tile textured wall, but I want to make it show it smooth and easily cleaning, because that was another big thing. They wanted everything easy cleaning, and that's also the chimney would be fully enclosed in that, where the cabinets don't butt up to it. So anything you see on the chimney would be this material.
And your wall color?
My wall color, I was thinking of the mix between in the middle and different lights. I'm not sure. Once you get into the room, I've noticed that's just carrying they change. Like this one could seem a little darker in different lights, and it's really bright in here. So I was gonna see what the room was and then choose one of these greener, neutral, warm colors for the walls on these walls here. This wall is the whole wall up backsplash of this with the chimney. So there's really nothing on that wall to touch with paint.
Out of curiosity, I love the pull-out table, but my one wonder is, you said seating, and I'm wondering, where is the seating stored?
Seating can be stored up against the wall out of the way if you want, or there's some space in the mudroom. Really up to where they want to hide the seating, or if they want it out and open.
Were you thinking of it as a modular seating, or compactable seating, I guess, similar to the table that could be hidden away, or are these like traditional chairs?
Maybe a combination of the both. One that seems, it's not a metal chair that you go to a stadium and pull out of the closet and set up, but it's stylish, but something that could be compacted.
How many people can you sit at this table?
This one I was thinking, it's not all the way, but 2 people on each side and then 1 person at the end, if you had to.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, if I'm understanding you correctly, the piece up here that looks like wood, that table that's pulled out, is that not shown on the floor plan pulled out? In other words,
it's not shown on the floor plan.
okay, so it pulls out of that space.
It pulls, yes, it goes in and out.
So what happens to it? Where does it go when it's pushed in? Like, is there cabinetry under that island?
Here, that you have your range on top, but there's actually 4 inches of space, so it actually sits 5.5 inches below your countertop, which is at 36 inches.
So it slides in under the cooktop.
Under the cooktop, and then there's drawers on that side, but they don't start until below this, so nothing interferes with it. And the paneling you see on the back was just to break up the aluminum, and it's just for look. It's
decorative.
Okay.
Please talk about your flooring.
I didn't talk about my flooring. I was just gonna. So I picked a design where there will be 2 black strips, and then in the middle you'll have your 2 tones here that checker in between. And this isn't the actual flooring I planned on using. I'm using a cork flooring. Miss Jones says that she has troubles with her knees already. Growing in age, I know we can have back troubles, all that stuff. So I wanted something that was forgiving, and doing research, the cork flooring option is easy cleaning. It's pretty durable, but it's really forgiving on your knees and all that. So I wanted to do that, and I just did this for a color so you guys could see that it would actually be cork, and I'll provide a threshold that is needed to combine the hardwood natural flooring that they said, or Mrs. Jones told us she had in class in the living room, to combine the two.
How much room do you have in between the wall and that peninsula that you, or U-shaped peninsula that you built? No, the vertical space.
Here?
Oh, no, from the wall down.
Here?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Straight up.
Straight up. From here to these cabinets?
No, off to the right, behind the chimney?
Here.
Oh.
How much space is here?
Yeah.
Well, it's open to the living room, so
Oh, you took out that whole wall.
it goes in, right.
How much space is there